You know that legendary basketball star, Dennis Rodman? Well, let me tell you about the time a con artist swindled millions from him. This wild tale begins with a woman named Peggy from New Orleans who had one burning ambition: becoming wealthy by any means necessary. Then, in the 1990s, the perfect chance presented itself. Her buddy Travis landed an NBA draft pick, scoring himself a multi-million-dollar deal. When Peggy caught wind of this windfall, dollar signs lit up in her eyes. She thought, that's my ticket to riches. So she crafted an elaborate backstory, telling everyone she graduated from Harvard Law School and had experience working in the financial district of New York. Armed with these fake credentials, she approached Travis with a proposition. Let me handle your money. I've got the Harvard education and Wall Street expertise you need. Travis was focused on his basketball career, too preoccupied to deal with financial matters himself, so naturally, he agreed to let her take the reins. But instead of properly managing his assets, Peggy immediately started diverting funds into hidden accounts she controlled. She went on extravagant shopping sprees, treating herself to luxury brands and living large on Travis's dime. This scam continued for half a decade, until Travis finally discovered that Peggy had siphoned off close to $2 million for her personal use. He immediately terminated her services. But here's where Travis made a critical error. He chose not to press charges or make waves about it. This decision would prove costly, as it freed Peggy to continue her fraudulent activities with fresh victims. Fast forward to 2001, when fate delivered another mark. Through her interior designer acquaintance, Peggy learned about a project for a rookie NFL player named Ricky. She accompanied her friend to the meeting, where she worked her charm on the young athlete. Once again, she spun tales of her prestigious law degree and financial sector experience. Before long, they developed a friendship, and she smoothly transitioned into offering her financial management services. Ricky, trusting and busy with his football career, accepted her help. Peggy dove right in, establishing bank accounts in his name, overseeing his investment portfolio, ensuring his obligations were met promptly. "Leave everything to me," she assured him. But behind the scenes, she was systematically redirecting his wealth into her personal accounts. As time passed, Peggy embedded herself deeply into Ricky's personal life, becoming like family. She assisted with his wedding preparations, accompanied his girlfriend home from the maternity ward after their baby arrived, and even relocated when Ricky was traded to another team, just to maintain proximity to her cash cow. From Ricky's perspective, Peggy was exceptional at her job, so exceptional that her reputation spread throughout professional sports circles. Soon, athletes were lining up for her services. Among them was Dennis Rodman himself. Though retired from basketball by the mid-2000s, Rodman still possessed substantial wealth requiring management. When they met, Peggy delivered her standard pitch about her Ivy League credentials and financial district background.
Rodman was in a rough patch, both financially and personally, struggling with alcohol dependency. Peggy inserted herself into his life, not just handling his money, but also acting as a maternal figure, calling him out when his drinking spiraled. She genuinely helped stabilize his life to some degree. Over the following years, Rodman showed signs of recovery and improvement. During his Basketball Hall of Fame induction ceremony, he even gave Peggy a special shout-out from the podium. But while playing the role of supportive friend and financial guardian, Peggy was simultaneously draining Rodman's accounts. She'd already extracted over $1 million without his knowledge. The audacity of this woman was remarkable. She flaunted her stolen wealth openly, designer outfits from head to toe, an enormous estate, luxury vehicles including a Bentley and Maserati. You'd think she'd try to be more discreet about her illegal activity. The situation became even more absurd when Peggy's reputation grew so stellar that television producers approached her about creating a reality series for BET. The Peggy Show would follow this financial wizard as she managed the wealth of professional athletes. They even shot a pilot episode, though the series never made it to broadcast. Still, Peggy seemed untouchable, appearing more accomplished than many of her clients. Nobody suspected anything until one fateful day when Dennis Rodman was relaxing at his condo and the electricity suddenly cut out. Puzzled, he had someone investigate the discovery. His utility bills hadn't been paid for months. Actually, numerous bills were severely overdue, and who held responsibility for ensuring Rodman's financial obligations were met? That's right,
Peggy. Simultaneously, in 2013, the IRS dropped a bombshell on Ricky and his wife. They owed $450,000 in back taxes. Then, Ricky's Range Rover was suddenly repossessed. He couldn't believe what was happening. Again, who was tasked with handling his tax payments and vehicle loans? Peggy. Another NFL player's wife called with similar problems. Their vehicle had been repossessed, and their payment card was rejected at the supermarket. Once more, Peggy was the person responsible for those finances. Everyone started asking the same question. Where was Peggy? She'd vanished completely, ignoring calls, texts, emails, every attempt at contact. As her victims connected the dots, they understood the horrifying truth. Peggy hadn't been managing their finances properly because she'd been robbing them blind for years. Ricky's wife launched her own investigation, uncovering what you've probably already guessed. Peggy's Harvard law degree? Fabricated. Her Wall Street career? Pure fiction. Everything was an elaborate deception. Ricky and his wife immediately filed legal action against her, alleging she'd defrauded him of millions. By 2015, this scandal exploded into national news. An FBI agent happened to be reading the sports pages during his break when he noticed the story about an NFL player suing his financial advisor. Intrigued by the potential criminal implications, he decided to investigate. His investigation revealed something shocking. Peggy controlled over 85 hidden bank accounts, with funds constantly moving between them, creating an almost impossible trail to follow. This scheme was far more sophisticated than anyone had anticipated. With the FBI now involved, Peggy's world crumbled rapidly. Her celebrity clients were pursuing legal action, scaring away any potential new business. She declared bankruptcy, liquidated her luxury cars, and Dennis Rodman completely cut ties with her. Eventually, FBI agents appeared at Peggy's door for questioning about the allegations. Predictably, she maintained her innocence, denying any wrongdoing. But the FBI had compiled overwhelming evidence against her. They arrested her. You can find her booking photo online. Ultimately, she accepted a plea bargain, resulting in a 10-year prison term. Additionally, she was ordered to repay her victims the full amount stolen, a staggering $5.7 million. She'd extracted $5.7 million from these athletes. Talk about a major league theft.